What's up, fuckers? Your boy Cholo back with another fucking review of a Freedom-ass truck right here. Well, it depends on how you want to look at it, you know. I think it's pretty badass, eh? It's the fucking Redcat Everest 10, fuckers. Check that shit out, fucker. It's bad. I've already made a couple modifications to it. This one's not even mine. This is from my homie Big Kev, Kevin Edwards. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. Whatever, if you don't, you should, because he's a cool dude. But check it out, fuckers. Bad, eh? Like the color, shit, eh? Looks good. Watch it, look. Check out this articulation. Watch it. Stay on, dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? Call him out there, Holmes. Check out the articulation on this thing, dog. Bam. Bam. Watch it, look. Hit it. Switches, that's it. Bzz, 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 bzz. Bad, eh? Fucking check it out, eh? Backside of shit, too, fucker. Damn it, it's, where you going, my truck? Fucker, I'm just gonna lay down over and take a nap. Put over top. It's pretty bad, eh? Now, I'm going to pull the top off. You guys check it out. Start like this. Get a little serious up in here in my review. Let's see. Check it out, you guys. This thing is equipped with axles front and rear to provide four-wheel steering. Four-wheel steering. Doesn't come with four-wheel steering, but you can put four-wheel steering on this bad boy. I would highly recommend it. The turning steering angle on this thing is not the greatest, which I made some modifications for my buddy Kev so that way he can have a little bit of a better turning angle on this thing. Steering angle, turning radius. That's what I was thinking about, turning radius. First and foremost, kind of like on an SCX-10-2, you guys, and on the Redcat Gen 7 was another issue, the exact same issue. Turning angle isn't phenomenal right out of the box. Okay, so we've got these little knuckles in here on your C-hubs. Not your C-hubs, but your arms there off of your C-hub. And you can grind that little piece of plastic off right there, and that will improve your steering angle. The problem with that is once you do that, your front steering link then hits your pumpkin. Hits the front pumpkin. So what I did was, like I did with the SCX-10-2, and I also did with my, I'm sorry, not my 10-2, my Gen 7, was I took 10-2 rod ends, the front steering rod ends, they're offset just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. They're offset just enough so that when you steer, it keeps that link away from the pumpkin. See, I'm a full steer right there, and it's barely, it's not even touching. And that improves your steering angle right there. So there it is. That is number one, to improve your steering on this thing. Number two, like I said, the rear axle is already equipped with spots where you can put a servo mount and a servo. All you would have to do is add the steering link, same as you have on the front. And you also have to replace these rear links with the same links on the front because these have got an offset angle to allow the tire to actually turn. So, other than that, this little thing is a freaking beast, you guys. I've compiled a list of upgrades that I would do to this thing personally if this was mine. I, right out the box, would get better 2.2 tires. Maybe some Pitbull, Rock Beaster, I don't know, something like that would be cool. What I did to these tires, though, for my buddy Kev was I went and cut the center rib. I cut all the way around. You guys can see where I cut. And that way, that gives, you know, more, when the tires flex down and whatnot, that gives more area to grab onto. I also siped every other rib on the tires, which gives, you know, what siping does when you're crawling. So it gives you a little more fingers when you're grabbing territory and terrain and stuff. Did that all the way around all four tires. I would also add wheel weights. I personally would go one wrap of wheel weights all the way around inside the tires. For those of you who are not familiar with adding wheel weights with your beadlock tires and rims, your beadlock wheel, should I say, pull the beadlocks apart, put the adhesive lead weights on the inside of the wheel itself. Then put your tire on, put everything all back together. I would do that to all four tires, one wrap all the way around. A lot of guys with crawlers will go 2 wraps in the front, 1 in the rear, maybe 2 in the front, none in the rear, maybe go all the way around. Just depends on personal preference. My suggestion for this particular truck, I would go 1 wrap all the way around. Second thing I would upgrade on this thing is the ESC and the motor. It's just what it is. It's Redcat. Every company, you know, their stock brushed motors are what they are. They always end up replacing them anyway, right? Right. It's what we do. I personally would go with a Hobbywing 1080 ESC for this, a crawler ESC, and I would also go with a Holmes Hobbies Trailmaster Sport 27-turn motor. The Hobbywing 1080 is about $42, and the Trailmaster Sport I have it written down actually is about $22. You guys can find that pretty much anywhere. Let's see, the steering servo, I would upgrade the steering servo. You guys can find steering servos, you know where to find your steering servos, good ones. My suggestion for a budget build, get on Amazon, look up the Animos 25 kg digital servo. It's waterproof, it's a digital servo, 25 kilograms, gives you plenty of power to turn these wheels. I would also upgrade the servo horn. This one, Big Kev had the stock one on here with just cheap plastic, it's right here. We went out, spent maybe an hour running around, it already broke. So I'm not even going to give that back to him. You don't need that, it's broken. I put on this one, it's just a pot metal one I had laying around, so I stuck it on there good enough. I didn't happen to have the proper tooth of an aluminum one, otherwise I would put that on here for him. New servo would be, you know, again, that's one of those things that we do when you get a new model and you're crawling and stuff like that. I also found out that there are aluminum C-hubs available for this particular model. That would be an awesome upgrade as well. I would also, if you could find them, put metal axles on it. I think Kevin said he already found metal axles, that would help out a lot with weight as well and durability factor. You know, that's metal axles are always awesome if you can find them. I would also upgrade to steel or metal drive shafts. Again, one of those things that we do in the crawling world, right? Right, it is what it is. And this is just, you know, my personal thoughts and ideas on this thing. It's just what I would do. I really wouldn't add any other weights anywhere else. Just because, I mean, the thing does really well. I would also maybe upgrade to a steel spur gear if you can find one. I don't know if there's one made for it. I haven't looked yet. I think that would also be a pretty good upgrade to have on this thing. I don't know if the internals on the transmission are metal. I'm sorry, I got lost there for a second. I don't know if it's got metal or steel internals on the gearbox. I really don't know, the transmission box. The last thing that I would upgrade on this, you guys, and again, it's just me personally. Oh, let me also say, I would have added aluminum shocks if you can find aluminum shocks in this size. Maybe even remove the spacers on these ones and cut the springs about 1 inch just to give you a little bit of a lower stance. Still have the same travel and articulation and all that. It just gives you a little bit of a lower stance. Like I said, the last thing I would upgrade on this is the radio system. Again, it's a Redcat radio system. I think it's it kind of looks like a FlySky. I'm not sure what model it is, but I know FlySky makes one that looks damn near identical to it. But you guys would be surprised. Some of you that don't know, you'd be surprised at what a difference a radio system would make. But other than that, you guys, this is a pretty solid truck. I mean, it comes right out the box with all steel links on it. You know, steel frame. I mean, this thing it's solid. It's fucking solid. I still have one in my sights a little bit. I may get one. You know, I just traded for another RC that's coming, but I don't know, you guys. This thing's pretty solid. I like it. I would highly recommend it for I think it's around 150, 160 bucks. You can get these things for brand new RTR radio and a battery charger, all that stuff. But I will run this thing on a 3S LiPo. I think the Hexfly system that comes in this is 3S capable. I'll tell you right now. La da da da. 2 to 3S lipo. Yep. 5 to 9 cells nickel metal hydrate. Yep. And the BEC on this is 6 volts and 3 amps. So that's your output there, you guys, on that ESC and what it can and cannot handle. So, that all being said, you guys, Redcat Everest 10, go get you one or don't. It's up to you. That's my review. See you on the next one. Walkers.